Hello and welcome to the Two Bald Brothers and a Microphone podcast. This is your co-host, Danny Ryan. I'm here with the other co-host, Tommy Ryan. How you doing, Tommy Ryan?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Doing well.
Good.
It's an orange day today.
It is. We both have our... You've got your Clemson orange. Yeah. It's kind of like a Clemson orange.
It's close.
It's not exactly the same, but it's close enough. We're both in our respective orange shirts today, and...
both bald. You got a little stubble.
Got stubble. This is I need to shave look, yep, it's a little stubble today. And you probably had an incredibly productive week last week with me not being around and at the conference.
I should take like 3 weeks of vacation now.
So I wanted to talk about last week's Microsoft, what used to be called the Worldwide Partner Conference, now is called Inspire. I want to call it the other one, which is
Ignite.
They're too close.
Yeah, they are close.
They're
very close.
When I was coming back, I tweeted something and I used Ignite instead of Inspire, and Kirk was kind enough to correct me.
Of course.
And I just went back on and just deleted the tweet. I was like, okay, I tried. But yeah, it was a good week. It was I was out with Jeff Meyer, and for those of you who don't know, Jeff actually joined us not too long ago. We've done a couple of podcasts with him, and Jeff's leading up our partnerships, including our partnership with Microsoft. And
very key one.
Yeah, very key one. And it was had some great conversations with Microsoft. What was interesting, Jeff and I noticed that we didn't run into a lot of Microsoft employees, and we didn't. It was. The way that the week was set up was they did Inspire at the beginning part of the week, and then what used to be called MGX, right, or now is called Microsoft Ready, towards the end of the week, which is the Microsoft get together and the sales kickoff for their year, was the latter part of the week. So we started seeing some more Microsoft people flying in the latter part of the week. About flying in to see if they still had a job or not. It wasn't like last year's partner conference where, unfortunately, there was some people who were let go during it. This year, didn't hear anything about that, which was great. And spent a lot of time, Jeff and I spent a lot of time in the expo area trying to get our arms around all of the different SharePoint intranet in a box options out there.
Find any new ones?
New ones, no. But did spend some time just learning some, getting to know some of the ones that we hadn't run into yet.
Right.
Valo was one of them. They won the value award from SAM.
Okay.
So it seemed like they're more on the for people who are, I guess their licensing is very reasonable.
Okay, so they're more cost conscious.
Yep. Yeah. And we dropped by their booth. Had the Powell 365 folks had a party, and we had a great time at their party. So
nice.
Ryan was there, and Antoine, and it was neat. We spent some time with them, sat down and talked about next steps and things like that. So that was good. But yeah, it was split in between going to the core notes in the morning, which the core notes, we've been doing this for a long time. And so it's a bit of its formulaic, which is, I'll start off with, thank you. And then, there's typically the next part of it. We've never been at a time like this before, every year. It's, and then you hear some, the partners are going to make $8 trillion. And then I always make the joke where I look and I just say, I want 1/2%. So there's standard jokes. And it's just sort of, it's the similar things happen every year.
Some good warm-up bands as you're entering in, or how did they get the crowd kind of warmed up?
Yeah, so one of the mornings it was someone from Athens. I don't know if Jeff told you about this, but Kobayashi,
okay,
and who is a violin player.
Okay.
And really did a good job of getting folks psyched up for the day, and they had some video to support him, and that got us pretty pumped up. There was another morning where it was a group that was sort of leading up the everybody singing a Beatles song.
Okay.
So they had that. All You Need Is Love, I think, was the song.
Mm-hmm.
Or Friends. It was probably another one. It's early. I need some more coffee. But it was just something where they got the group all pumped up. And then another one was a guy who I really enjoyed because he started off with, it was a total punk of everybody in there, where he was starting off with like, I'm here to introduce the next product from Microsoft. This is gonna, it's something where he's using all the terms in the wrong way, just subtly off to get everybody sort of like worked up about it. And he's like, we're moving beyond the cloud. We're moving to just one device. And he had a device that was a recorder that would, he was going to use to sing a song. And so he was, had basically got people worked up, and then, and it was interesting because as an American, I picked up on the subtle sarcastic sort of take on the whole thing. I could tell some of the folks from other countries, the humor was just a little bit off for them. So it didn't translate well, but he did a brilliant job. But basically said Microsoft's going to bet its future on this device that he had up on the stage, and then he wanted to show everybody what this device could do for you, and it was just, I enjoyed it. I don't know how many other people enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it. And the last day, Satya did a talk, so they waited to the last day for that.
Okay. Interesting.
And overall, we had our meeting earlier this week about the Hit Refresh book, and noticed the organization really becoming more empathetic, becoming more focused in on just there wasn't the hoorah. There's a little bit of hoorah, but not a whole lot on we're going to go kill the competition. Right. It was very much about what our mission is. This is the opportunity we have in front of us. We need partners to do this. There is overall. It's interesting to see Microsoft's approach with the partners, because we're there to bring the last 20% to a solution. And it's interesting seeing business model worldwide, business model wise, is that what a lot of organizations want, or do they want the whole solution from one partner? I think that's something interesting that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. But it was, the core notes were in the morning, and then lots of meetings. This wasn't, I didn't see as many, on other ones we would go see more about Covey stuff, or how to run your business, or what's, sort of small business types of topics. I didn't hit any of those this time.
Yeah. Do they have these things recorded that you can go back and look at?
They do. I haven't gone back and looked at any of them. And I don't know how many of them I would, to be honest. I'm more, I've sort of missed, there weren't any product announcements. I think that's where you'll cover that in Ignite. Right. It was more about the, they had the crazy numbers about for every dollar we sell, partners make, I think they said 9 times, and and those types of things where it's more what we need to do together as partners. And Expo was good. It's a pretty healthy Expo area, and they had we ran into the most folks in the Microsoft, the regional area, and had a good time. Probably the best, the party that we went to. There's I had never been to old Las Vegas over on Fremont Street. Have you ever been over there?
No.
But they had the U.S. partner party over there, and Jeff and I enjoyed that. It was they had it out, and it was. I mean, the weather was. It was 8 o'clock at night and 108 degrees outside.
Crazy.
Yeah, but that was a really neat part. We ran into some Microsoft folks, which was really good. Some really good connections from Jeff's past that should help us out in the near term with some projects that we're working on. But it was good. It was overall, I think a good conference. I don't know. It was it's interesting to see right now, because I'm used to running into other partners from the Southeast who do typical stuff to what we do. We did run, Jeff and I talked to the B2B guys.
Okay.
But a lot of the other, Intellinets was purchased by another company. There weren't a lot of like running into other small companies like us. I've seen more of that happen in past years. But overall, I think it was a good conference. I didn't learn a whole lot about new products or.
Yeah. What was your big takeaway? What was the
so my big takeaway? Well, this was my favorite part. Was my favorite part of the whole week was seeing Satya show his personal workflow.
Okay.
Or what he would say, this is what I do in the morning.
Right.
I'm intrigued.
Right.
I love hearing how people.
Yeah, because you see demos and then you try to use it for your personal side.
Like how are people really using?
Yeah.
And of course, he probably has his own. Yeah, this is a glimpse at what it is. But I mean, the joke with Jeff and I is that our iPhones are not iPhones; they're Office 365 endpoints.
Yeah.
They're not. It's just an endpoint. So I think that I got a kick.
That's how he
out of
justifies putting an Apple product in his pocket.
Yes, and an Android, and so of course this home screen is all Microsoft apps all over the thing, and I'm sure it has a folder on the second screen which is all of Apple's apps, and then Google's apps too. But it was interesting to see that. I saw it was he did have. He talked about Microsoft To Do, which I was interested to see. Yeah, he did have that and not Wunderlist up because I'm just interested to see what he's doing with that whole debacle. And so just seeing sort of some of the way that he works was interesting. I don't know what overall takeaways I would take from that, except for Microsoft is interested in their software being anywhere, which we've known. They don't I say this, they don't care. There's not supposed to care what device, but the experience on Windows. I mean, the Office and OneNote are much better on Windows than they are on any other.
They always
device.
will be.
And they always, they always will be. But so that's that's their focus. And I think with what they're doing with there's less of a focus on overall focus on driving Windows, and it's about Microsoft 365.
Yeah, it's not Windows 365.
Yes, it's Microsoft 365. And what other takeaways? I think it was interesting being there with Jeff and seeing some of him pick up some of the relationships that he's had with people. The Quest has come sort of full circle.
Right.
Where Quest used to be a standalone software company, was purchased by Dell, and now is back to standalone.
And then purchasing
Metalogix.
Mm-hmm.
So had some good conversations there with folks about that. Catching people up on what we're doing with migrating people off of Jive. A lot of Jeff and I were trying to have conversations about what's next after our Jive migrations, and I don't know what sort of opportunity, but Slack kept on coming up. But I don't know how much of a what that's going to look.
It's free to free.
I don't know
be a
whether
challenge, but
I don't know if
it's
the
worth
business model's
exploring.
there. I don't know. I don't know if how much of a whether it's going to be a small companies will want this and moving off of it. That's it. Good week. I don't know. I sort of between Inspire and Ignite. I think next year I would like to go to Ignite.
Yeah.
'Cause I kind of like learning about where things are going, and I'm like you. I like to keep my hands a little dirty, and so I'll be interested to hear what you learn and where things are going.
Yeah.
And but one of the ones that I really enjoyed, my favorite presenter was Jason Zander, who's in charge of Azure.
Okay.
And they just are they're still going nuts with what they're putting out and what the group is doing. And I think Scott Guthrie's behind the scenes making a lot of this stuff happen. I didn't see him present. You'll probably see, you're going to Ignite, right?
Right.
So you'll probably see more of the details of what's going on. But just Azure is just is an overwhelming success for them.
Yeah.
And continues to be, and them taking on Amazon, and seems to be a real big focus for them. Dynamics, it's an interesting thing for us because we want to build business apps, and when you say building business apps on the Microsoft cloud, Microsoft views that as falling into the Dynamics area and not the SharePoint area. So still not sure what to say there. And still not sure how much of our, what sort of focus do we put on that as a partner, and so that's still out there. I don't know if I kept on asking Jeff, saying, where do you think we fit into Dynamics? Because I think Microsoft sees a big opportunity there.
They do. I think they put a lot of marketing behind it. It just seems like it's falling flat with customers. It's just, I don't hear customers talking about it.
Yeah. I think the Microsoft Salesforce relationship isn't going, I think from everything I'm seeing on Salesforce's site, they're partnering with Google when it comes to enterprise collaboration. So I think things are not gelling there.
Yeah. After the acquisition didn't go through. I mean, I think there's a lot of let's explore this as we kind of court a little bit, and then I think they're both moving on. Not getting rid of maybe some of the stuff that they did, but not investing that much more.
We had some conversation about Facebook at work with some folks, seeing whether that might be because I think Microsoft. There's also there's a group inside the Office 365 that's focusing in on Compete.
Yeah. One of our big clients recently for a job migration has Facebook for the workplace. So, and it's not a trivial size implementation. So that's at least one has showed up on the radar.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing as we look at what's next after Jive is the size of the implementations too, because if it's the smaller ones, and also the value of the content that we're moving over. Jeff spent a lot of time with me trying to explain what drives Microsoft employees, which is consumption of services, and so why is it beneficial that we move over the 6 terabytes of data to their new environment? And that's because they're using the new environment and not just focus in on getting users signed up, but are they using their environments, and have we moved over content that's valuable to them, and why they would care about that. And so that's making sure that everyone understands, and from all sides, including Microsoft, what is the value of what we're doing when we're getting these new clients set up on Office 365. So that's my takeaway from conversations with Jeff.
Okay.
It was good. It was just it was nice having some extra time just getting to know Jeff, and we had some fun times as well, and just some good bonding time.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. But I'm not sure. Like, as next year comes up, I'm not sure if I think maybe somebody like John or somebody who wants to work more on some of the relationships with Microsoft. Maybe if we have somebody who's working locally, and somebody who Jeff might be having help out with our relationship with Microsoft, or even SharePoint Intranet in a Boxes. If there's somebody's focusing in on that, then maybe next year we'll have Jeff go with that other person. But there were a lot of things I got out of the week, but it'll be interesting how that comes into the planning for next year. So I'm sorry I talked a bunch this morning, but I'm just catching you up on things.
That was the focus for today.
Yeah, for sure. So next week we can pick back up on the book and on Hit Refresh and pick up on chapter 2, and we'll go from there. So thanks, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening and asking questions.
Sure.
And thank you, everybody, for listening, and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.